Rasty McGibbon with Andrew Weiss, head coach, Indiana University, and national champion.
Yeah, it sounds great.
So, you know, and I talked with Brendan and Ethan, two teams that had kind of unorthodox paths to end up in the national championship. Yeah. Miami got there by way of a 5-minute major. Not solely. Yeah. You guys needed a little bit of help with Weber State. Yep. You gotta love the pool play. Yeah. I've been a D2 guy forever. You gotta love the pool play.
Yeah. I mean, like, I think it's tough. Like at the D1 level, like I watch the D1, I follow it quite closely, but man, some of the margins, and even at the D2 level, the margins are so thin that like you're going home on a bad bounce, and like we lost to Northeastern, we didn't play well, and they played really well. They played desperate after losing to Michigan State, and the ability to kind of get a little bit of redemption. That's what makes this tournament great in the format.
So you got some help from Weber State.
Yep.
You then faced basically Lindenwood, who is playing at home.
Yeah.
Here.
Yeah.
Tell me about the mindset. You know, one thing, and I'm unfortunately doing this, I've not gotten to watch a lot of hockey, and I love hockey. You guys are a very, and I mean this in the best way, it's going to sound bad, you're a very technically sound, but you play a simple style of hockey that works.
Yep.
Has that been the plan all along?
Yeah, definitely. So I've been very fortunate to work at a higher level. I work in the USHL part-time, and learning just higher level of hockey, and how, like in the USHL, it's just compete, grind, win battles, and like that style works in the playoffs, and it's worked for the last 3 years for us, is that we've kind of continued on an upward trajectory. I don't think, like, if you put our team on paper, and it's no disrespect to our guys, like our guys are amazing, but you compare some of our rosters to a lot of teams the last 3 years, we don't necessarily have the most talented players,
sure,
but they play as a group, they play within the system, and they just compete so hard. And that's really what wins at higher levels in the NHL and at the NCAA D1 level. You look at what Minot State did last year, and just the grind, and our guys, credit to them, like they've embraced the grind of the style of hockey we play. It's not the most fun or flashy, I would say, but when they're all buying in, we're a dangerous team.
So, you know, you guys get past Lindenwood. You know they're going to be playing Miami. You guys had dropped, am I correct, 2 to Miami this year?
Yep. Didn't play very well coming out of winter break against them, but they're a great hockey team.
What, any change in the game plan going into the day?
Yeah, I mean, so we had a big game plan after the Friday game back in January. We just don't like open hockey. Like, it's such Friday was such a track meet, jumping into plays. We're not getting back, and they're a huge transition team. Like their top 6 are unbelievable in transition, and we just said we have to stay above the puck. We can't turn this into a track meet. We'll get all of our offense in zone, and their power play was humming. It was humming all tournament. I think ours was first, theirs was second, and we knew, like, hey, if we stay out of the box, which we didn't do a great job at, but in limit transition, we'd be fine. And we talked about that in our pregame meeting earlier this morning. And the guys, you know, for 5-on-5, we stick to the script, and it was really good. We limited transition from the sweep.
So probably 5-on-5, I think you outplayed them throughout the game. They pull the goaltender, they get a late one. What's your message going into the into the intermission before overtime?
Yeah, I mean, so much of this is poetic. I mean, like, one of the things I love Greg Powers and his mentality at Arizona State, playing out of that Oceanside arena, and like how bad the facility was, and then they get a great facility like the Frank Southern Ice Arena. It's been around for 80 years, and we joke that it's a great facility, but it should have been closed probably 30 years ago. Right. And just to be able to play here against Lindenwood, who gave us everything they had, and we got a couple good bounces. It was great to be able to beat them. It was poetic to right our wrong from the Miami aspect after getting swept. What really turned this program's trajectory on another level was beating Miami in the TSCHL 3 years ago, the conference tournament. Like, they were the number 6 team in the country. They were so much better. They went undefeated through conference play, and I was like, somebody's got to beat those guys. We just got to outcompete them. And like, it was so poetic to say, we're going to play the exact same style of hockey, just outcompete. 5th game in 5 days, dig deep. This is one of the reasons we worked so hard in practice, and we're just going to find a way to get it done. Very similar to the group in 2021 that won the conference tournament against them, and then eventually advanced to nationals. So
you guys get into overtime. Play is fairly even. You guys go on the penalty kill.
Yep.
do you kind of take a bit of a gasp and be like, okay, let's just white knuckle it for 2 minutes?
Yeah, well, I mean, I would say like water always finds its level, right? So our penalty kill, Andrew Chambers, Ryan Burke, Aiden Simino, and Patrick Brandenburg have been outstanding from a forward standpoint. They eat pucks. It's crazy how much they love the penalty kill. And I knew, like, all right, they scored 2, I think maybe even 3 power play goals. One was 6-on-5 when they pulled the goalie, right? So a pseudo power play of sorts. I knew that, like, we're probably just water eventually finds its level. That's one of our big sayings. So I was like, we'll be fine, and then eventually we'll probably get one, and we did, and thankfully we capitalized on it.
So walk me through what you saw from the bench when Ethan DiLorenzo put her home.
Yeah, I mean, Noah Kissinger played an outstanding tournament. Was outstanding today, and we talked about it in our pre-scout. Like, it probably has to be rebound goals, probably has to be a dirty goal. I mean, there were probably 8 people outside of the crease, and Ethan just wound up, and I was like, I mean, looking back at it in slow motion, I'm like, this has to go. It's either going to go in the net or it's going to go 15 feet wide. Right. There's no in between with Ethan. Right. And he buried it and made no mistake, and the rest is history, right?
How special is it for you to see the hard work pay off, the pool play gods shine in your favor, and to do it with this group of guys?
Yeah, I mean, this group has been unbelievable. Like, we talked about it after last year, and we wanted culture of guys that all stuck together through the thick and thin. And, you know, we had a ton of ups and downs this year. For this group to get it done, I mean, they deserve the world for sticking together. And, you know, a lot of this, as you know, being around this is life lessons. So, you know, they learned a culture lesson, right? It's you work with people that you want to work with, people that have a common goal, that are completely bought in, and the sky's the limit for a group.
Well, hey, Andrew, I want to wish you congratulations. Never done this on air before. I'm going to let you take the trophy and walk off.
We're going to walk off with it? Well,
I'm going to let you walk off.
There we go.
This is Andrew Weiss, Indiana University head coach, and you take her with you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Appreciate it, guys.